Well, good evening to you who's watching me live on Younger Chiva's show. I'm glad and honored always to have you to be a part of my show. And of course, today being a Wednesday, we've come up with so much ideas on the show. And of course, the topic of the day on the show, it is about being enslaved to words. So, I want to look out those particular words that actually annoy people, that actually don't work for us when we are engaging ourselves in conversations. It can be in English language, it can be in Swahili, it can be in Uganda, it can as well as be in my mother tongue, Asholi, as well as even other languages altogether across the world. You know, for a person who's been sensitive, let's say, when it comes to communication, you know what particular words that you use that please and that annoy people. We're talking about rude words, and not just English words, but generally speaking, all languages. So we want to emit such words through our conversations because if we don't emit such words, that is not how we are going to create an enmity instead of creating friends, yeah, with other people and stuff like that. So for people that have been speaking a language or probably English language for quite a long period of time, right from school. You've been exhorting each and every language. You've been researchful. You've been reading books. You have actually a great store of knowledge when it comes to English language. So you know what keywords you have to use in your conversations. You know what words actually flow for you. You know your favorite words. And you have yourself a signature tune when you begin now communicate, you begin to relate with people. You know even how to counsel people. You know even how to solve people. So by you using those particular words that actually are like a source of inspiration in your conversation, that you can even be able to use to solve actual problems, that you can even be able to use to excite a conversation, to make it joyous, to make it going. I mean, you are conversational, you have the right techniques of communication. So all that together, we are coming up on the show with you, your boy, Kel Martins, aka Ochichi, aka Kelly Jackson, and aka Kelly Jr., yeah? So we are live on Younger Shiva Show, yeah, as always. So I bring you our guest artist on the show, and he goes by the name Holy Ernest. And not forgetting also J Rock, yeah, is in the house. He's going to be telling us more about the enslavement of words and also being enslaved to words and all that stuff. So it is a broader perspective that we're going to narrate and probably get to explain to you. So there are so many things that we are breaking down, not just one particular thing, but there are many things. So we're actually breaking it down for you to understand. So allow me now to go and communicate to one of our guests on the show, and he goes by the name Holy Ernest. So allow me to interview him for yeah. So what's up, Holy Ernest?
Hits a spotlight on downtown people you have forgotten any plans for economic transformation. Her contribution is not seen as priority for the country progression. Taxes every day addition, every time we fighting corruption under consideration. The goods on high cost minimize equally so me and you we can get that total satisfaction.
Well and good. That is an intro that is actually coming in from Holy Honest. You've heard his sounds. It sounds fabulous. No longer sound like the upcoming artists and stuff. He's got that keywords that he's using in his music. And I feel that he's shaking the ground for those actually watching us live on the Chiba show. So anyways, apart from Holy Honest, we also got DJ Rocky in the house. Yeah.
Introducing
Yeah.
Bomba Nation representing.
J Rocky B7.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Bombo Clat, big up, Saga Daga Daga. Break it to here, shake it to here,
Yeah,
freak it
man.
down, and blow my mind to them. This is J Rocky B7 in the building. Yeah, salute
Bomba.
over there.
So yeah, you are actually back onto the show, Younger Chivas show. This show has been always communicating about like the idea actually began sometimes back when I was in high school, and I used to brainstorm with my fellow students back in the days like in class, like after school what are you going to become, what are you going to study in university, and how is English is going to help us and stuff. So we are now here in real life, and we have a show that we're recording right now on YouTube channel. So now the topic of the day is being enslaved to words. But first, let's talk about the English words that sometimes we want to emit in our conversation as we communicate and relate with our friends. We're not talking about colleagues, talking about our friends, because there are some of our friends that actually tend to avoid us when it comes to English conversations because of some of the words that we use. Or maybe sometimes you find that these are people that are so much sensitive to words, to English words. So they cannot hold any conversation that is peaceful with other people. So you always find that they are struggling with words. They are, say, maybe alternating, maybe they're even quarreling.
So you have
So
questions.
to identify for us some of those words, the English words, that you feel that you're being enslaved to them.
Now, the first and foremost, I always know what I want by identifying what I like.
Okay.
Because I'm not this type of person who goes with quite depressed people.
Oh, yeah.
If people tells me, let's say for example, I meet someone on the way and they be like, "Holy honest, you will never make it."
Okay.
That thing is a negative impact towards mine.
So that is your name being negative impact to other
Yes,
people.
but to
So you
me,
prefer your name to be pronounced
So-
or Christian the way you.
so to me, being enslaved to that,
Okay.
that means I will pick that, I put it in my heart and in my brain.
Yes. I understand.
But if I don't want to, I will not put it in my mind. You know? Because if you tell me that, holy honest, I don't give a fuck about your music, I don't give a fuck about your personality, or you being the best in the present, I'll be like, okay, it's all right. You don't give a fuck about me, that's okay. But if I want to be enslaved on it, I will keep it in my mind.
Okay.
So it's not about me, what I keep and what I don't keep.
So we are talking about your memory bank altogether. So your memory bank has specific words that you relate with. You get when it comes to the English conversations. Now, do you notice that there are some of the words that we use in our English conversations, the keywords? Then you find that the way you initiate them, it makes someone feel pissed, feel vexed because of how you pronounce. You're sounding rude. Because also the pronunciation of words of how you bring it out also matters. Maybe you're even yelling, you're not conversational, and or maybe even you feel like you're the one who knows more, or you're the best and
Yeah.
stuff. So that is now your perspective about your name, yeah? Yes. So DJ Rocky is also in that
Wait,
building.
I've
okay?
not finished
Yeah, we
about
need that
what you're
Okay, we are
saying.
throwing the mic back to you.
So, what I want to tell you is, like I've already said, I always identify what I like by knowing what I want from any person. And I, as holy honest, I know who I am. I am a public figure. People look at me. But me personally, I have my rules of engagement. To public, and also I am here. I know how to take care of myself when it comes to rules of engagement. When I'm going to engage with someone, I have rules. Because I always
You have rules and regulations that govern you.
Yeah, that govern
lead
me
you as
to
a
public.
person. Okay.
To public.
Now we are talking about now behavior.
It depends
From
on the,
your-
for example,
from
you
your
are a
explanation,
reporter.
yes.
For example, you are a reporter.
I'm always.
You come to me and you ask me, holy honest, I want to get an interview from you. How have you requested that? Your
So the
personality
approach
and
matters a
behaviors.
lot, right?
It matters. When you find me in my good mood and you request for an interview, I will accept. But if you find me in a good mood and you request an interview as if you are asking for a gun from Atalban,
Okay.
I will show you that bad bitch out of me. Understand what I'm saying?
I do understand.
So it depends how you approach people.
Okay.
Even me, how I talk to you. My rules of engagement when I'm going to do interviews or when I'm appearing in the community, I'm always myself. I don't need to fake
I
anything.
understand. I get now.
When
this
I'm
is out of
working,
this.
when I'm meeting my friends, when I'm meeting interviews, when
But
I'm
now, don't you notice that now we are deviating away from the point of argument here on board? You're talking about behavior altogether, isn't it?
then I talked
But,
of rules of
okay,
engagement.
you're talking about, but I'm talking about like now the English words that piss us off. Can you mention some of those few words? Or probably for you, generalize that all the words are good, they're okay. Do you notice that sometimes there are people, when you call them a sir, they feel infuriated? They prefer to use maybe other endearments like honey, yeah? And then there are others, when you use, it's like vice versa, when you use the word honey, dear, dearest, they feel out of place. They feel like you actually, I would say, maybe demeaning them because maybe you're sounding rude or because of ignorance and stuff like that. Then others, they are very much okay with it. You get. Then other people, when you call them by maybe their nicknames, in some situations, they feel very much okay. They will love you for that because you're respecting them. So that is now, okay, we are deviating away from the point somewhere, but it's still part of the topic here. So there are those that love it, and then there are those that hate it, isn't it? So we are mixing up information here for our esteemed viewers to be able to understand that it's not just being enslaved to English words. It is basically all words that we use in our English conversations, be it at home, be it in a supermarket, be it everywhere, we use such words, yeah? But you have to be very mindful. But even after some time when we've like known each other, we forget about that, because we need to converse. So we don't become so sensitive when it comes to English communication, isn't it? Because lawyers, they say, you have to be very mindful because every word that you use in your English conversation, it can lead you to trouble.
Of course.
You can be jailed for that. You can be sued in the court of law because you're invading into someone's privacy. You're invading into someone's communication. And then, aside from the English words being enslaved to them, there is also being enslaved to behavior. Like behavior diosis in the community, like where, like our environs. Like maybe in some of the workplaces you find that your boss wants to talk like him, your boss wants to behave like him, and then you feel like, yeah, it is invading your privacy, but because of the work and the money you're being given, you know that.
Now,
But at one point, when it is off work, you feel out of place, right?
now, it like I've already said,
Oh, yeah.
it starts with you as a person. What do you want by identifying what you like? When it comes to personal life, when it comes to public life.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm
I
saying?
do.
Every person has to do with the rules of engagement. How do you engage the people that you are staying with, the people that you communicate with in your everyday life?
And you also notice that some of those rules that you're talking about, that you may be placed across, sometimes they have to have boundaries. Because we are all adults. We are no longer kids, we are grown up.
I know.
So we break rules, and we are the very people that will mend rules. So if the rules, they do not work for us, we can break them and remain new rules.
I know.
So do you mean to say that the way you behave at work is the same way you would behave out here?
No. That is what I said. Rules of engagement. The way I take care of you, the way I treat you, the way I do whatever that I got to do. Okay. It is not the way that I will go and do it to the person that I love. You understand? It is not the way that I do it to the top fan.
So you mean the way you behave, okay, there is haters into this and there's also passion, like love.
Yeah.
So how you behave to your lover, who
It's not how I
provides
treat
you
you
sex,
right now.
it is different from how you behave to
Yeah,
us.
yes. I will have to do that.
So it is different.
It is different. Those are what I mean.
Why so?
Rules of
Why so?
engagement.
I've noticed that there are
Because
some people
live in a different lifestyle. You understand? In this new generation.
And what lifestyle then?
The
Break it
lifestyle
down.
that we are living in right now,
Okay.
you don't need to show your true colors to people that don't value you. You understand what I'm saying? If people are not there to accept who you are, what you want, whatever that you.
I believe that we don't show our true colors when you are rich already, because
For example,
we are afraid that one of our business might fail, isn't it? But when you're still poor, you can say whatever that you want. You don't please anyone apart from your boss, isn't it? But when you're rich, you're mindful about communication, because many times you find that behavior and communication, those two things can lead to a downfall in your business, isn't it? Even you as an artist, as speaking right now, if you're rude to your colleagues that you partner up with in a business,
of course,
that is
if
now
people
the
back
music
me up,
industry.
I'll fuck them up.
Exactly, you get misunderstanding and haters. And that is not how they decampaign you when it comes to you.
But it depends on what you have done. Because
So you mean to say there is beef in the music industry among you artists? So
Yeah.
how do you to rectify that? How do you to improve that situation?
do you really think that people love what I do? Even
So
in the
you
process
mean to
that
say
we
now
are
it is
living.
the haters that actually make you to be who you
Yeah,
are?
of course. There is people.
So you mean if you didn't have a hater, you not
I
own
wouldn't-
whatever that you own or look the way you
No,
look and stuff?
listen. Even whatever that is happening, it wouldn't have been able to be recognized. I decided to start out this thing because I knew that there will be people who will come behind me and be proud of it and start doing it.
Yes.
This was establishment. And where I am right now, I don't care. The way you portray it, go and fuck yourself. I don't care. But the way people portray it, I don't fuck. Give a damn. I don't give a
Damn.
damn.
Okay, now aside from now the rules and regulation and stuff.
Because
so we're talking about
I have
that
rules
passion,
of
and
engagement.
I felt interested in passion, which is love. And you know, many of us we are weakened because of love.
Yes.
Many of us we are weakened because of friendship. Many of us we are weakened because of opportunities. So speaking of which, how do you handle your sex life?
My sex life, that is a very personal
No,
question.
we can broaden it
But,
a bit because it's still part of the.
it is part of life, like I've already said, and it's part of the well-being. But my personal life is very quite interesting. So I also have rules when it comes to that. Wow, that is another part of the world that I live in. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just love who I am, who I want to love. It's married to love who I want to love. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I have rules of engagement. You know,
All of us, we have rules of engagement.
yes,
And especially me.
everyone has rules of it. Everyone has rules of engagement, but do they practice them?
Okay.
Let me tell you, the way I handle you is not the way I will handle my top fan.
So now, what I want you to explain to us on the camera right now.
But my relationship
aside from now, like our
Unamuita.
topic, I want us to get into something else because I feel like we've explained enough, we've talked enough. Yeah. Maybe next time we shall have like a part 2 of this because it is a broader topic, so we have to enlarge it and explain it in depth so that people can be able to understand the topic of the day explicitly next time. Yeah. So right now, I want you to promote yourself on the show here on Younger Shivers about music because I've been interacting with you not once, not twice, but many times. And I've noticed that you're really good and you're one of these source of inspiration to young people. And the way you present yourself on the stage, on the platform, on TV and stuff, it is mesmerizing, it is, encouraging. There are people actually out there who are actually listening to us and watching us live on the show. And they would love to know how did you get here in Nairobi, Kenya, aside from what we know, yeah? How did you get here and begin now outshining other, other artists here? The
Many
gospel
people have
artists
asked
here in
that
Kenya? Please
question.
do tell them because they also will have to become
Many
successful and also
people
look good like us.
have asked that question.
Okay.
But to me, I will tell everyone, you see, I was shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was shit. Everybody knows that. I was shit. I had no place to go. I had no one to talk to. I had nothing. I had no story to tell apart from the story that made me flee my country. I was zero. I left the camp, I came here, I was nothing. People used to see me as a disgrace. Even if you make a friendship with me, you don't see any value, you don't see any benefits. But when I sat down, I realized that God, no, I realized that God had a purpose and He had blessed me with something that I have never realized.
A gift.
A gift. So, I had to travel a mile to go and find my purpose. So, I would love to keep on advising these upcoming artists, especially refugees, to go a mile to establish and discover what they can do. If you know that you are an actor, if you know that you are a model, you are a designer, go and do it. I am a music artist, a professional music artist, nominated music artist now. How did I make it? In Kiswahili they say kujituma, but in Uganda bagamba okwezula. In English, establishment, discovering yourself. What can you do? Yes,
to finding out your talent.
Yes, we come here. Yes, we come here. But are we going to be every day begging?
At one point you have to grow up.
Let me ask you, how many refugees have you seen in Olympics Games?
A couple of them.
Are they LGBTIQs?
They are not.
They are not.
They are no longer.
How many LGBTIQ refugees have you ever seen on any organization platform?
That is self-explanatory.
Do you think they keep? Do you think they keep it a secret because we need protection? Do you need?
Of course they do.
Are you protected so far where
they
you are right
now? At one
now?
point, because not everybody should know that you.
No. Are you protected so far? Do you feel protected right now?
I do. But anyways, let's cut it
Ah,
short.
no. Wait a minute. Do you feel protected right now?
Myself. I somehow feel protected.
You somehow.
Yes.
So now I need to let you know that one thing is, don't be despised. Don't feel depressed. Don't feel like you are lonely. Go out there, find what you can do and do it.
So anyways, allow me to sum up the show tonight on Yanga Chiva's show. One thing that I would love to tell you for sure is that there are so many youngsters that have actually been approaching me. They wanted me to sponsor them music-wise and stuff like that. And I told them that the time has not yet come for me to begin spending money anyhow. But let me first organize myself and strategize. Then I'll be able to actually invest in their talent. And not only music, there are even others that actually have a talent when it comes to writing. And they have actually requested me to find a way to see I can be able to link them to people, to organizations that can actually be there to help them or probably influence them and find a way how they can be able to assist them in one another. Those are actually long-term goals, but we have to take up our time as we also engage ourselves in conversations, as also we interact. Because sometimes I believe that it's all about communicating to your friends, one or two or three of them. When you communicate with them in English conversations, that is not how you know that someone is educated, someone is worthwhile of your help, someone is also interested, or someone is not doing it for formality because
Let them
there's
go.
someone out there
Let
is
them
not
go.
doing the same thing. Yeah.
Let them go and find my album on YouTube. You see, this one here. This one here. Wait a minute, I show you something. It is here.
Yeah, that's Holy Honest showing you something live there
Yeah.
on his YouTube channel, so you'll be able to check it out.
All these projects, they are mine. You go and find
A
them.
little bit up.
Go and find. That is my art. It's called State of the Art. Go and find it.
So that it is,
22
we are
songs.
summing up the show, so I'll be catching you until next time. I don't have much to say, but subscribe to the YouTube channel, and of course be able to share, and tell your friends about the show, and we love you so much. So, Holy Honest, we gotta say goodbye to our esteemed viewers. See you until next time.
Hey guys, make sure that you subscribe on his channel. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, we got to support
My
these guys.
channel.
We have to support them. Okay? We have to support
us.
them. So please
Young,
do it.
educated.
Subscribe. It doesn't take any. If you can subscribe on Bahati, Diana,
Yeah.
and all that,
Yes.
you can subscribe on Instagram.
Exactly.
Okay? Because he's doing great. So please support you guys. Okay?
So, can we also say shout out to our friends that are actually watching us live on the show?
So big shout out to
good
everyone
friends.
who is watching. Please make sure that you share with your friend the interview. Please make sure that you share.
I wanna say my shout outs to one of my friends that have always been there for me. We've been interacting, the likes of Andu Kaziwe, Andu Sebuline, and then also who else there? Craig Paris, and also Sengavi Sidiko is one of my friends, Sulama Weje, Chris, and also not forgetting Alex Baraza, a Kenyan friend, a pastor, everything. He's out there as well in Kabia. Say my shout outs to you. We
It's
love
like
you so
some
much.
of those they are my top fans by
Of course, they are your fans and they are your friends.
I love you guys.
But I think
Inshallah,
now they are your haters. That's why you look good like us.
really?
Yeah. Anyways, big shout outs to everybody who's watching me live on Yanga Chiva's show. And of course, I'll be catching you until next time. Not forgetting Maraj, baby boy. Yeah. And yo, this guy is still donating to us. Barack Obama.
Oh my God, minimum.
Okay, shout outs Barack Obama.